Hi guys, long time no see. Happy Friday. Happy Friday! I haven't recorded in a long time. Yeah, 2 months. It's almost been 2 months to the day since I've completed chemo. And I'm feeling really good. Um, I'm sure you guys can notice, or I hope that you guys can notice, my hair is starting to come back. I have a hairline. Super exciting. These are my eyebrows. I posted last week, I think it was. I don't know exactly how many days it's taken for my eyebrows to fill back in, but it's been about a week. My eyelashes are probably half the length that they used to be, but they're super full, and I'm excited. I'm already putting mascara on them, even though you can't really tell that they're there, but it's super exciting. Um, but things have gone really well. Right now, I'm in the process of getting a biopsy done. If you guys watched my last video, um, I had to do a CT scan. I did a PET scan and CT scan, and both are not definitive answers of whether we have rid of the lymphoma or not. Um, the plus side um, is that it's not a mass that is in my lung. It looks like it's inflammation or possibly scar tissue. In which I watched a video from the cancer boy. I think his name is Ben. Hi, Ben. Um, he said something about like it shows up in his PET scan as well every time he goes back to make sure that he hasn't you know developed lymphoma again. Um, that it still shows up in his PET scan. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm hoping that it's the same situation as his, because right now he's currently in remission, and congrats to you. Um, so I'm kind of hoping for the same story. Um, so I met with my surgeon today, and instead of going through like my neck to do the biopsy, because what they're biopsying at this point was the lymph node, but what they have to do now is take out a piece of my lung, and he said it's about the size of my thumb, like that, um, out of my lung to process this tissue to figure out what, I guess, what my future holds. Am I going to be fighting longer, or am I going to finally return back to what I feel like I should be doing, and that's living life. And I miss working and having a job and whatnot, but I've been pretty busy. I've missed having this much energy. I can't remember the last time I've had this much energy. I've never lived so organized in my life. Every pen has a place. Every, fork is stacked neatly on top of the other. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm starting to run out of things to do, but it's nice because I'm able to take this time too to also mentally process all of what I've gone through. And it's such a big deal, and it's I can see that now that I am where I am at this point, with my illness. And um, I know, like, right now it's not over yet. I like the feeling that I feel like it's coming to an end. Um, but what I was just talking with like my mother about earlier was that this is like one of the best things that's ever happened to me, and it sounds kind of weird, and I know other people out there have said the same thing though, but it's really pushed me to do things that I never thought I would ever do because I thought I couldn't. So for example, just eating healthier, like I'm kind of forced to. I knew I was going to have to as I got older. Um, Quit smoking. I struggled with trying to quit at points, and I always did a cold turkey, and it just never worked. I never believed in having medicine either to try to help me quit. I felt like it was something I had to do on my own, and if I truly wanted to, I could. And blah blah blah. And it kind of is how that went. Is I really really wanted to quit smoking at that point because I found out I had cancer. But it shouldn't have taken that for me to quit, but I'm thankful that it happened. um, I grew up as kind of like a tomboy-ish girl, And I always really struggled with feeling super feminine. I wasn't a girl that wore makeup. It took me a long time to even carry a purse. And can't really tell you why I ever felt that way. I guess just because I was I don't know, average teen, whatever. But I always wanted to dress more feminine and I guess wear makeup and, be a girly girl because that's not what I was. And I found that, like, you don't have to be a girly girl to wear makeup or, things like that. But trying to think of what else. I mean, the other really good thing, too, is not really thinking. I overanalyzed a lot of things before I was sick, and I'm now learning to weed out what's even worth my time or my anxiety, really, because for any of you who have anxiety or have had an anxiety attack or a panic attack, like that feeling of like you're going to die, but you're not, that's not worth going through all the time for certain people. Um, and this is kind of what I've learned now of like who is going to be in my life and who's not, as far as who's close to me, like best friend, family. I think about like who is going to be there, like who would I ask to be at my bedside when I die. And that sounds extremely morbid, but it's just something. Like, how many of you have ever thought to even ask yourself that question? I mean, this cancer has just really made me understand and I feel like it's changed my judgment quite a bit on life. And I really would never take this experience back. I know I'm saying it like it's over. I know that it might not be over, but I'm just super thankful that I've made it this far and have been able to get this epiphany out of life. Almost, it's just this overwhelming understanding of myself, even. So that's great. So back to what anyway this was originally about was so my biopsy is next Thursday, October 12th, 2017. So yeah, they do the incisions. I have to stay overnight. He said something about a chest tube and that they would take the chest tube out first thing in the morning. I was more focused on hearing that they have to staple my lungs. So they're keeping me overnight just to make sure that it doesn't leak any air. And that's about it. I guess I'm feeling really positive. I'm feeling really great. And super thankful, apparently, as I went on this random rant. So I will record my next video, I guess, once I get my results back. So yay for definitive answers, and keep your fingers crossed, and talk to you guys soon. Have a good weekend. See you soon.